All right, Happy New Year, everybody. This is a continuation. I did the last video you saw was the brick where I built the chugger, little 2-string. Just packed that thing up, getting ready to ship it off. I'm gonna finish up these 2 boxes here. So I finally glued up these necks. Glued them up last year, and now it's time to take the clamps off and get started on them. And I glued both of them up at the same time. So when I first started doing building these, I didn't have a small 2-foot level, so I used this giant 48-inch level. It's it gets the job done. It's just hard to deal with when you're leveling. But I just put it on there just to get, again, even clamping pressure when I clamp these down. So same thing you see, neck, the fretboard is long. I will put this on the box. Oh, and I know you saw this on one, but the boxes are black and blue. So this is for the blue box. And this one here is for the black box. And that's just, I mean, you know, it's the same box, and I build them at the same time, but you know, once you start fiddling with one and get it fit to that box, it may not fit perfectly to the other box. So keep them separated out like that. Makes life easier. Come on, this thing's stuck. There we go. All right, there we go. There's my little thing. It's the perfect size for gluing up fretboards, man. It's awesome. Gives that good even clamping pressure. All right, the other thing about these, remember I had to take material off of the bottom and the top because these boxes are really thin, which is still going to provide plenty of strength. But if you look back here, this heel overhangs the bottom of the box on both of these. So this is the normal thickness of the heel. It's not going to be trimmed back to this level, but I am going to trim them back just a little bit so they kind of are flush with the box, just to kind of, you know, when you put your hand, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. I just want to do it for looks, I think. And also, you know, if you know, you're going to, I don't know, maybe it gets caught when you're playing. I don't think it would, but it just looks weird looking down at it. So I'm going to make it flush so that it looks a lot better. But here we go. A little bit, well, 4 different steps of sandpaper with the little orbital sander, and now I'll finish it off with some a hand sanding, 400, probably go all the way up to 1,000, and be ready to fret. It's feeling pretty smooth already though. I did cut this piece down. I'll show that in a little while when I put it back in the box. All right, just finishing up the hole for the humbucker, the slot for the humbucker. I just use some spare blocks that I keep lying around, and this allows this to hang off my workbench, but gets it up high enough so that I have clearance for my blade and I can get in here and see. It's, you know, well, you saw me cut it. It's stable. If I needed to, I'd put another piece of wood under there. Humbucker cut out and installed, and just on the inside, I'll show this. I cut these little pieces out right here because there is a smooth shoulder on these screws for the mounting ring, and this wood is not thick enough, right? You need something for the screw to bite on. So I cut these out so that I can get into those and get this mounting ring mounted down, because I cut the inner part out so I can get as much distance as I can out of this humbucker, raising it up and down. So there you go. I'm working on both of these at the same time. Over the course of the week, I went ahead and put these were top of the box humbuckers. So I've got more of this done. I've actually got the inside wired up. I just need to tidy everything up, glue it down, and I still need to solder the ground wire for the strings on there. But this one is really close, but I'm kind of switching back and forth. I needed to make some cuts on both of these. That's why I waited till today. So I put this piece in here, and this is for the bridge. Same thing, just to give it a little more room. The screw's a little more bite to hold the bridge down. So sometimes I glue extra pieces onto the side of the neck, but for this I chose to put those in there, and then I cut this down a little bit so it'll slide in and fit underneath that piece. So I needed to do that, which meant I had to drag my saw out. It's been raining and all that stuff, so I've been tinkering with the other stuff in here, and so now it's nice out today. So cut those pieces down. I made some marks here on this one. So after I cut that humbucker slot, it still hangs down in the box. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, if I open it up, I guess you can, maybe. It hangs down a little bit. So I need to cut enough material off of that neck so that when it slides into the box, it'll slide underneath that. And then also enough material so I can lower the humbucker, or you, if you choose to buy this one, you can lower the humbucker inside on your guitar. So there you go. Finished making those cuts. Get these things finished, wired up. So you saw this has 2 humbuckers, and it's got a switch here, and it's got a volume and a tone knob. What I'm gonna attempt on this other one is I got this single humbucker here, and I have this little push-pull. So I'll think I'm gonna do the split the coils. We'll see. Hopefully I don't screw it up. I got both of the boxes wired up. Now, even though they're both Oscar boxes, one's blue, one's black, I figured I would make them different. So this one is gonna have 2 humbuckers and a switch, and it's all wired up. And I cleaned up my mess. I showed you this earlier. There you go, I cleaned up my mess. It does have a tone capacitor in there. Oh, and the other thing is the input or the output jack, or the jack. Let's just call it the jack. I put that up here. Normally I like to put them in the back, but look at all of this material I would have had to whittle through to put that in the back. And then I thought, well, man, this would be a good spot, but again, it's all up in this material, so I decided not to do that. It's got sound holes, and I put some covers on there on the bottom, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And then here's this one. Now this one just has a humbucker here, this is a push-pull pot. And there is the wiring. So probably the other box looked like it had more wiring and may have looked more complicated, but this one is, you can't really see, but there's a lot of pieces, well, a few pieces on this circuit board you have to solder up. So there you go. This little loop here is just to give slack, so this can be raised and lowered without tugging on a wire. And same thing, I got those sound holes. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool. I drilled in there, but I didn't have a bit to perfectly match this hole, and I was a little worried about, you know, getting it off centered. So I opted to put these covers on there. I think it came out good. So those are done. So, and then both of the necks have been done for a while. Once I get the frets on, that's what I do. I use the neck to lay out the rest of the box. So now I need to put my string guide up here. So I got a bone and I'm gonna put up here for a string guide, and I need to cut the tuners, cut the holes for tuners. Once I do that, you know the drill. Jabbing this joker in the box, and we'll get her strung up, ready to roll. So it takes a little while to get these dialed in. Saw me working on the blue box. I think I'm getting this one pretty close. So this one has push-pull. You can kind of hear the difference when you push the knob in or pull it out. You can hear the difference. Still tuning on them. But I'll give you like a quick sample of what they sound like. I think they both came out awesome. Basically the same box, but two very different builds. Really awesome. Yeah, hopefully you could hear the difference. Here's your sound holes down here. I'll just turn it down, kind of give it a strum. Yeah, really awesome. Let me grab the blue Oscar. Both of these are all, I mean, the strings are still stretching. has a humbucker, top of the box humbuckers. It's got a bridge and a neck humbucker, and I got a little three-way switch here. So down is the back humbucker, all the way up is the front, and in the middle is both. Both really cool builds. Now the thing about this one is I got these 4 sound hole covers here. Only 2 sound holes though. I'm gonna turn it down. Not that it makes much of a difference, just so you know. There you go. Both really awesome. So this one, the blue one here, this is number, hold on a second. This one's number 85. All right, there's the Oscars. Got my tone knob in there now. Tone and volume. Okay. The other thing, couple things I want to just a couple things to clean up. I know when I was talking about putting this input jack in here, I mentioned not being able to put it into the back because of all that material. And then I mentioned also going into this hole. And I know what you're thinking, well, what about this one or this one? Well, as you can see, it starts encroaching on my tone and my volume knob. So that's another reason why I chose to keep it up here in the front. Messing with it and playing it, you know it's there, but it doesn't get in the way. Also, when I mark the bottom of the necks and I start marking them to the boxes, you saw when I cut I left the fretboard long and I cut it off. Because of the different layout of the boxes, get a different number of frets, or just preference the way I laid this out. So this one got 21 frets. This one here got 24 frets. It got all 24 frets on there. And that's just because of the layout of the box. All right, both of these were fun builds. I got plenty more coming. I got a lot of boxes on this shelf here above my head, and some over on that shelf. I know you can't see them, but trust me, there's a lot over there. Anyway, more builds to come, but I wanted to get this video out because I'm heading out to the New Orleans Cigar Box Guitar Festival. I'm gonna go check that out, and then when I come back, I'm gonna hit the ground running, try to get some more of these knocked out. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share. Catch you in the next one.